Welcome to another Rowing Chat. I'm Rebecca Caro, and this is the Rowing Chat interview podcast. First off, I want to mention the excellent sponsors who support us and enable us to bring you Rowing Chat. So if you can see your best to go and follow these links and find out more about them, we really appreciate it. Our first sponsor is Faster Masters Rowing, a new subscription coaching service for masters rowers. Marlene Royal has been coaching older athletes for decades. She understands the needs of masters and has created online monthly downloadable training plans in 6 separate modules. They're available for individuals, crews, or a complete club. The Faster Masters Rowing program is the solution that will make you row faster this year. Click on the programs link at www.fastermastersrowing.com. Our second supporter is the clever engineers at Oar Inspired, who make it easy for you to video your crew. They have designed a brilliant tripod with a suction cup feet that mounts on the stern or bow canvas of your boat. It has a threaded screw at the top of the tripod to put a GoPro or a similar camera, and then you just go rowing. Each tripod allows you to adjust the height of the camera, and there are 2 different designs, one for small boats, singles and doubles, and one for 4s and 8s. I was personally concerned that the suction cups wouldn't hold in windy conditions or while we did racing starts, but they were really secure, and there's a safety lanyard included. So if the worst happens, your tripod and camera are easily retrievable. You can fit your Oar Inspired GoPro tripod in 2 minutes flat. Get yourself a discount coupon just for Rowing Chat fans by following the link on our sponsors page. It's rowing.chat/sponsors/Oar-Inspired. Now today, my guest is Morgan Hellen of Rowith. Morgan, welcome to Rowing Chat.
Hi there, Rebecca. Thanks for having me.
So let's kick off with you telling us a little bit about yourself and your background in rowing.
Sure. So, I started rowing when I was 11. Got involved with the local after-school rowing club. I went to Oakwood Park Grammar School, and it was just an indoor rowing club. And that was every, I think, Monday night. And it was run by this man Clayton, who is he founded Maidstone Rowing Club, which is the local rowing club where I grew up. And initially, I was doing pretty well. I was bigger than your average 11-year-old, and so it gave me a bit of an advantage on the rowing machine. And he invited me down to the local rowing club, where I joined the junior team. And I spent a few years there. Around the age of 14, I was also playing rugby. I was really involved in the rugby team, and I was kind of weighing up whether I wanted to follow rowing or play rugby. And actually, a funny story. It was a Saturday morning, which was one of the days when the junior team trained, and I woke up and I thought, I don't think I really want to go. I've got rugby tomorrow on Sunday, and I'm just not feeling up for it. So I told my mum, I don't want to go. And she said, well, I'm not telling the coach yourself. So what I did, I emailed the coach. And he wrote back. I said, "Oh, hi Ray, I'm not going to make it to training today." And he wrote back to me, "Not to worry, see you on Wednesday." And at that time, I wasn't going on Wednesdays. And basically, I thought, because I had rugby training on Wednesdays, and I thought to myself, well, I can't not go now on Wednesday because he said see you on Wednesday. So I missed rugby training. I went to rowing, and from there, I just fell in love with it, and I decided, rugby's done. Let's stick with the rowing. And so from there, carried on rowing, got better, ended up training 5-6 times a week. Went to the Junior World Rowing Championships. I went to the Coupe de la Jeunesse, which is essentially European Championships as a junior. Did pretty well across there, and then got invited on a scholarship to study at Berkeley in the States, University of California, Berkeley, and went there in 2012, a couple of years ago now, and studied architecture, spent 4 years there, and in 2016, the year I was graduating, we finished up by winning the national championships. But along that journey, we finished third, second, and then in my last year we won it. So it was a great way to finish my collegiate career with an IRA national championship. I was in a 2-seat for anyone that likes to know details. So I was a bit of a passenger. No, I'm just kidding. I also represented Great Britain in the under-23s in Varese in 2014, whilst I was studying in Henley. I won the visitors in 2015 in a 4 for Berkeley. I went to the World University Championships in 2016, and I raced in the 4, and we won there. Few more successes and won a lot out in America, a lot of races there. We also in 2016 finished runners up in the Grand Challenge. We lost to the Dutch 8 as an under-23 crew, essentially. And off the back of all that success in 2016, I was invited into the national team, the British national team in Caversham, training at Caversham. Spent a few years training there, but unfortunately in my first season I dislocated my shoulder, which required surgery, and essentially it made it very difficult for me to come back to the sport. And I did return and got a PB on my 2K. It was 5:55 for anyone who cares about 2K scores. It was very difficult for me to regain my position in the team. And at the start of this year, I decided it was time to hang up my oar and to follow a new direction in my life and some of the other passions that I have.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And well done on an amazing PB. Now, of course, you're moving on into business, and you now are working on a rowing app called Rowith. What does Rowith do?
Yeah. So Rowith is essentially a rowing workouts app that's going to give you workouts. It's going to record your training. But the key feature that it's going to do is give you guided rows. And if you don't know what guided row or guided workout is, it's essentially you're going to put your headphones in, like what I've got in. You're going to put them in, and you'll be able to hear someone talk you through a workout, and they're going to guide you on your technique. They're going to guide you on how hard you should be working. They're going to motivate you, and they're hopefully going to tell an inspiring story as well. And for the most part, we're going to have Olympians, we're going to have world champions, and people from a variety of sports, not just rowing, but it could be running, we've got a boxer, could be any sport, just an inspiring story, and they're going to guide you through your workout, hopefully make you a better rower, hopefully get you stronger, fitter.
Sounds fantastic. Now, you've got some screenshots, I think, to show us.
Sure.
So this app is in development. Let's be clear to the listeners.
Yeah.
So tell me when you've got your screenshots up, Morgan, and then we'll take a look and you can talk us through it.
We should have them up.
That's good.
Okay, so you can see this now.
Yes.
Okay, so if we go from left to right, you'll see these are the guided rows that I was talking about. This is a screenshot of one of the potential workouts that that you might be able to get. You can see, it gives you a little description of what the workout will do. This one's with James Cracknell, and he's going to tell his story about what it takes to be an Olympic champion, and then return to the sport after 15 years to race the boat race. And he's going to tell that story, but at the same time, he's going to guide you through this 40 minutes rowing session. And yeah, essentially that's what he's going to do. You can see in the middle here, these are the type of workouts that you're gonna get. And they're not just all going to be with Olympians. Some of them are going to be a lot more technical focused. I don't know if you can see this one. It says tech and core, so it's going to be a mixed workout. You're going to do a little bit on the rowing machine, and then we're going to introduce some core exercises, and hopefully make you a lot stronger, make you better at rowing, better on the ergo. There's we're going to have shorter rows, longer rows. These ones here in the middle are all the mixed workouts, like what I was talking about before. The screenshot just on the right is of how it's going to look when you're in the workout. It's tracking your heart rate. You can I should have mentioned back here, actually, it says pair devices and select music. So you can pair your heart rate monitor. You can pair it with the ergo screen, depending on what you're using, but definitely the Concept 2 one's going to pair. You can select your music, so anything from your Spotify or Apple Music, or your iTunes, whatever you've got. So then you'll see back over here on the third screenshot, it's keeping track of all that information for you. It's going to save it. You're going to be able to find it, go back to it, see how you're improving because of the app. And then if you see on the right hand side, here you can see what we're going to do is a feature where you'll be able to see, you'll have the option to share when you're doing a workout with the community. And basically you'll be able to go onto this map, see who's rowing nearby you, see what workout they're doing, and then you can have the option of joining them and essentially challenging them to the workout, inspiring each other, motivating each other, and just doing the same workout is going to help you get through that.
Fantastic. So that's a great summary, and I can totally see the benefit of that. Let's wind back a little bit and tell me a little bit about how the idea for this business came to you.
Sure. So after I finished rowing, I knew it was not going to be a good idea to just completely to go from training six times a week at least, and however many hours it was all day, to just doing nothing. I knew that was a bad idea. So I started to look for other ways that I could keep active, and I definitely knew that running was a way. So I went onto my phone and looked for running apps, or a way to track my running. And I found the Nike Run Club app. And before this app, I didn't like running at all. I hated it. But I downloaded the app, and essentially what they offer is a similar thing with guided runs from Olympians, but also just coaches that they have. And it was amazing. It essentially made me fall in love with running. And so I was getting a lot more involved with my running. And that's when the idea sort of came to me, is that, well, there's one thing that I hated more than running, and that was erging. I love rowing, but erging is not my most enjoyed activity. So I thought, wow, this is perfect for erging. If only something like this had existed for the rowing machine. So I started to think, yeah, well, we could apply this to the rowing machine, and it's going to provide exactly the same experience for people. And also I wanted to make people, not just rowers, but your average gym goer who goes to the gym 3 times a week or 4 times a week or something, and they see the rowing machine and they will never touch it because they don't have the education and they have the understanding of how to row, or they don't know what type of workout they should be doing, and they don't understand the benefits that they should be getting from it. So I wanted to make a way that people are going to enjoy the rowing machine, and the general public as well.
Brilliant. And you found a colleague to do it with? Because I'm guessing, have you ever done an app before personally?
No, I haven't done an app. I mean, I've had a lot of interest in it over the years, and actually that's a small lie, because as a school student doing my A levels, I did make an app, but that wasn't quite to this level. But so I have a small background in app development. I have a small knowledge, but yeah, I found a partner. We actually met at the gym, and she also used the Nike Run Club app, and essentially we started to challenge each other on this app, and we both enjoyed it so much. I spoke to her about my idea, and she has a lot of background in business. She's had 2 or 3 successful businesses of her own. She sold 2, and now she has her own, another one. And yeah, so I was speaking to her about this app, and she thought it was a great idea. She enjoys the Nike Run Club app as well, so we decided let's do this.
Fantastic. How do you start a business, a rowing business?
It's a difficult question, but I think the most important thing is that we just decided to do it. I think a lot of people spend time you should spend time planning, but they spend a lot of time in the planning phase, and they never actually take any action. So essentially we made a decision that we were going to do this, and then we've committed to it, and we took action. So what we did first was just planning it. We made like a few sketches, a few initial designs, and took things from there. We actually came across a competition which was with NatWest, and that's it was called the Back Her Business, which obviously is because of Chaymae, we're 50% of the business each, and because of her, we're eligible to enter this competition when they're supporting female entrepreneurs going into business. And so we put forward the idea, and we entered with all the information that we had, and we ended up being one of the winners.
Hey, well done.
Yeah. It was, really good. But that's then pushed us through and pushed us to the next stage.
And what's the next stage?
Okay, so now we are running a crowdfunding campaign, and we have to successfully close the campaign to create this app.
For those people who don't know it, crowdfunding is when people like us can support with small donations to businesses like yourself to help you bring a product to market. So talk us through how much money you're trying to raise, and what are the things that you're offering to the supporters? Definitely.
So we're trying to raise £20,000. We've already got £5,000 pledged, and we have another £5,000 promised from NatWest. So we have £10,000 still to raise. We're offering many things, starting with just £15 right now. You can get 3 months subscription to the app, which is 50% off what it would be on launch, which the pricing that we're going for is going to be £10, $9.99 for a month. So £15 for 3 months. That's the lowest level, the entry level. Although you can support for anything, £1. We appreciate any support, but £15 is going to be your entry level. You can get subscriptions all the way through to a year, or 3 years actually. You can get a lifetime membership, and then we've got some special, some more special rewards, which are things like dinner with our Olympians. We're going to be throwing a dinner in London or perhaps a gym session. We're going to have one-on-one gym sessions with some of our athletes, or there's perhaps things for companies. We're going to have athlete run workshop days with some of our Olympians. They're going to talk about their lives, basically give you a background of their story, and then also give companies a workshop on how to use a rowing machine and a little ideas, team building activities, stuff like that.
Fantastic. So the URL's on the screen. It's crowdfunder.co.uk/Rowith, which is ROWITH. Now, what are you going to spend £20,000 on, Morgan, when you get it?
Yeah. So there's a few initial costs that's going to be associated, but the majority of that money is going to be going towards building the first version of the app. There's obviously equipment costs of studio rental for recording the actual guided rows, but the majority of it's going to go towards building a first iteration of the app.
Brilliant. And you've set a deadline of the 2nd of September to complete your fundraising. So you've got 3.5 weeks.
Yep, that's right. So the clock's ticking for us to successfully close this.
So how can the Rowing Chat community help? So people who are listening, if every single person who's listening helps out, what would you like them to do?
Yeah, well, if no donation is too small, and I should have added that everyone who pledges also has a chance of winning one of the seats at dinner with our Olympians. That's just a raffle that we're running, but get it doesn't matter if it's 3 months, if it's a year, if it's lifetime. Everything's gonna help successfully close this.
And if you're listening and you are not in a position to donate, take the link, share it on social, send it round your friends, send it round your club. And Morgan, if
Definitely.
anyone wants to get in touch with you, where can they connect with you online?
Sure. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram. You should follow Rowith on Instagram. You can DM Rowith, DM me. My Instagram handle is at Morgan R Hellen. That's HELLEN. Or you can follow the Rowith app, which is Rowith app on Instagram, or you can on Facebook find us. It's search Rowith. You can message us there. You can message me directly. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on all social media with the same handle. So however you want to connect, that's amazing.
Morgan, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on Rowing Chat and telling us about your exciting app. Quick reminder to all our listeners, this show would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. So it's fastermastersrowing.com and the Oar Inspired tripod that supports a GoPro camera. Both of them you can see at rowing.chat/sponsors. I've been Rebecca Caro. Till next time, goodbye.